Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I am here with yet another very important topic of pharmacology, and the topic per se is bone remodeling. Many a times I have heard students complaining that they are not able to understand this very topic very easily. What happens is when we read any book, there are so much of information put in there, and those all information are not at all necessary from the point of view of examination. What you need to do is to remember the keywords. Just remember the important points and then go on. So in today's video, I'll be taking bone remodeling and I will try to make it as simple as possible so that you are able to produce better and you are able to understand it better. So we have bone remodeling. Regarding bone cells, I have told in my previous video what are the different bone cells and how to remember bone cells. Now, what is bone remodeling? It's a continuous or cyclic process of breakdown and renewal. Now, the bones, they break down and then there is formation of the new bone line, and that is what is bone remodeling. There are series of steps. There are series of steps involved in this bone remodeling. At the end of the video, I will give you one bonus point. A bonus point too for this bone remodeling topic. I have written the steps involved in bone remodeling and I have drawn from few figures by the help of which I'll explain this bone remodeling. So there are involvement of a ligand and there is a receptor. So the RANKL, this is a ligand. The full form for this is the receptor for activating nuclear factor kappa B, which is denoted by this ligand. When ligand is there, there has to be a receptor, right? So the receptor name is RANK. You can remember by the word rank, designation or position. So we have rank, ligand and rank as a receptor. And where is it present? It is present at the osteoblast. The ligand is present at the osteoblast. And the receptors are present in the osteoclast precursor. So there is a formation of complex. Okay. So there is a rank ligand which goes and binds with the receptor which is present at the osteoclast precursor. Then what happens? Then there is activation or differentiation or formation of osteoclast. There is formation of multinucleated osteoclast in which you will see a ruffle border. These are the ruffled border. And then the complex of the receptor and the ligand dissociates. Now the second point is osteoclast formation. Now the mature osteoclast, they get activated, whereas the osteoclast precursor, the differentiation increases. So osteoclast precursor is formed. Now the next in line is the fusion with the bone line. Now this osteoclast goes to the bone line and then fuses with it. Fine. Then after that there is excavation into the cavity. So there is formation of a cavity in the bone line or the bone by the osteoclast. By this ruffled border osteoclast, there is formation of cavity, and in that process the calcium is released in the plasma. So the concentration of calcium increases. Clear? Now after this there is, till here the breakdown process goes on. After this, a renewal process. Now what happens in renewal process? There is invasion or induction of pre-osteoblast in the cavity. In the cavity there is induction and invasion of this pre-osteoblast. And these pre-osteoblasts starts forming a new bone line. So formation of new bone line. So now these are the renewal process. And then when this new bone line reaches to a thickness of 20 micrometer, then from there onward mineralization appears. And then renewal process stops. Again, this breakdown starts by the help of rank and rank ligand. And that's why it's a cyclic process. As I told, the bonus point is OPG. OPG, it is osteoprotegerine. Osteoprotegerine. These are released from osteoblast. These are released from osteoblast. Okay. Osteoblast. When there is sufficient of estrogen, then these are released. And what it does? This inhibits the binding of this ligand with the rank. In place, this only binds with the ligand. And thus there is no activation or differentiation or formation of osteoclast. Thus you can say that OPG inhibit or suppresses the osteoclastic resorption. Osteoclastic resorption. The resorption process appears mostly, like example is when there is deficiency of estrogen. Many other factors which can cause this osteoclastic activation, but one of the important example is the estrogen deficiency. So whenever there is sufficient of those factors which inhibits the osteoclastic activity, in there is the release of OPG. The name is OPG and the full form is osteoprotegerine. So if you remember this ligand and the receptor and these steps, it is very easier for you to remember the bone remodeling, and it would be very easier for you to produce in the examination. Thank you so much.